and also to Jagannath. When anyone outside the temple in night, in thrones, in jungle, if anyone reciting this Mangala Charanam Giti, Jagannath used to come running away from his temple. Mahaprabhu used to become mad and want to embrace who is singing. Jadi hridaye sarasang manaha, jadi vilasu kalasu kutuhalam, avali surun sada. If you want to make your heart saras, full of saras, if you want to know the sweet pastimes of Krishna, you must hear this Komal Kanta Padavali of Jayadeva. We have published his book, Gita Govinda. Those who are qualified to read this book, they can read and they can see how high class of love is there. Then you can. We are going to discuss here Harikatha for 7 days. So I want that we should pray to Nrsimhadev, Nrsimha Kirtan. Namo Vishnu Padaya Gaura Prasthaya Bhutale Shri Srimad Bhakti Pragyana Kesavaiti Namini Ati Matta Charitraya Swasvitanam Chapaline Jiva Dukhe Sadartaya Nama Prema Pradaya Vancha Kalpataro Bhasya Kripa Sindhu Namo Mahabodhanyaya Krishna Prema Pradaya Krishna Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Gurave Gaura Chandraya Radhikaya Dharane Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadabhaktaya Yang Prabrijantam Anupeta Krityam Dvaipayano Virapataryadi Putreti Tanmayataya Tarvo Bhine Tang Sarvabhutayam Tavai Vasmi Najimai Dharana Iti Vikhnaya Tang Naimam Bhaktya Vihina Aparadhasya Kripa Mai Kam Sharanam Prapanna Vrinde Namaste. First of all, in beginning, my millions of Dandat Pranam into the lotus feet of my spiritual Guru, Paramaradha, Nitya Leela Pravishta, Om Vishnu Pasi Srimad Bhakti Pragyan Kishore Swami Narayan. And send millions of Dandat Pranam in the lotus feet of my Shiksha Guru, Nitya Leela Pravishta, Om Vishnu Pasi Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Narayan. This is my 10th in Bejar. Each year I come everywhere and remind them for Krishna bhajan And they should not be weak. There should be always strong in bhakti. So I have told you purport of Brihad Bhagavatamrit. Jnani Bhakta, Shuddha Bhakta, Premi Bhakta, Prempar Bhakta, Prematur Bhakta are more than that. Braja. In Braja also, Dasya, then Sakha, more than that. Rasal, and more than that, and something more. Something more I have told. So you should know all these things. Also I have explained Raramanand Samvad. Very soon it will come in the form of a book. I will explain you Rup Shiksha. I have told you Sanatan Shiksha. So many things. Almost everything I have explained. But even I have touched only. Krishna Tattva is like a endless ocean. I have touched, standing on the shore, not in sea. I want to give you even a particle of that your life should be happy. This year I thought I should give you essence of Srimad Bhagavatam, written by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Anyone has not done this. Especially, you should know that the essence of whole Upanishad, there are about 1008 more than that Upanishads. Upanishad. The Vidya, the knowledge who takes us to Krishna, that is called Upanishad. So there are so many. And the essence of all Upanishads is collected by Vyasdev. It is called Brahma Sutra. But Brahma Sutra we cannot understand. So many rishis, Mahasi, like Sankaracharya, Ramanuja, Madhva, Vishnu Swami, Nimbadita and others, they have written commentary on this, but really something lacking in them. Lacking. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and he fulfilled it. After that, he made himself commentary of that Brahma Sutra. Vyasdev, commentary to understand the meaning of Brahma Sutra. And that is called Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavad is the essence of all Upanishad, Brahma Sutra and everything. In Garuda Purana it has been written, Arthoyang Brahma Sutranam, Bharatarthan Vinirnaya, Gayatri Bhasya Rupasau Vedartha Paridvinhita. So Srimad Bhagavad is supreme among all the literature that Vyasdev did. So, our Bhaktivinoda Thakur is telling, বলিব এখন যাহা তাহা এই ভয় প্রতিষ্ঠা সা পাছে দুষ্ট করে. He is telling that I am going to tell something, to write something. But I am fearing, like Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. When he was writing Chaitanya Charitamrita, he was fearing. It is so high class that very rare persons are qualified to read this. So, what should I do? I should not write. But again he thought, if I am not writing all these things, then what will be? It will
disappear from this world.
these things. Also he thought, only like cuckoo birds, they takes only the manjari and sweetness, essence of mango. Crow cannot. They don't like. They like only neem rush, very bitter. So if I am writing, then swabhavata, naturally, kokil means bhakta, they will read it. And crow, like-minded person, they will not have interest in it. So I must write. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is fearing. What to do? If I am writing, then pratishtha will come. And for Vaishnava it is very bad thing. Ekatha prakash nahi karibo boliya. I will not manifest
Express this idea.
This idea. What idea? He is telling. So I was thinking like this, that I should not manifest, to tell these very secret things to others. But again I remember the wordings of my Gurudev. Then I thought that if my Gurudev has ordered, I must do. অকৃতজ্ঞ হইলে ভক্তি সাধিবে কেমন? If I am not
Grateful.
if I am not writing all these things, what my Gurudev has ordered me, then I will be akritagya, ungrateful. So I must do it. So I throw out my shame and I began to write. Oh Gurudev, oh Vaishnavagan, if I have done any aparad, offense, please forgive me. My Gurudev is Bipin Bihari Prabhu. In our parampara, Prabhupada has not given his name. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is giving. Prabhupada was against these Goswamis. He put his feet on the head of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who is like Gadadhar Pandit Radhika. So he could not tolerate. But what are you doing? Nonsense. You know that who is he? He is one of the Goswami, Gaurshakti Gadadhar, and he still you are keeping your feet on the head of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He rebuked and he ran away from there. But even Bhaktivinoda Thakur gives so much respect to his Gurudev. Bansi Badanananda, Bansadhar. His Gurudev, in the line of Bansi Badanananda, you know, he used to take very like a tree and to make a like a
Still person can lift it very hardly. He can lift it very easily.
So, I took the order of my Gurudev on my head, and then I began to write this Shlok Vicharite. Or Gurudev told that you should go on reading and try to understand. And Srimad Bhagavad is himself Krishna. Tamadi Devam Karuna Nidhanam Tamal Varnam Suhitavataram Apar Sansar Samudra Setum Bhajamahe. Everything will come in your heart. So, I began to write. In the meantime, when I began to write, at once, not dream, at once Sarv Damodar came in my Spurti, like Radhika, you have to see Krishna Spurti, Sachi Maya to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And really Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to come and take. So in the same way, Sarv Damodar came and told, you must do it. Take prominent slok, essence of the sloks of Srimad Bhagavatam. All Srimad Bhagavata sloks are prominent. But even you should take the essence of all. And according to Sambandha, Avidheya, Prayoja. What is Sambandha to Krishna? All these things. Avidheya. What is Bhajan? Like Rupa Goswami had told, how 64 kinds of bhakti. All these Avidheya and Prayojan, Krishna Premi Prayojan. So select all these sloks according to subject and make a garland. And this garland will give in the hands of Radhika. And Radhika will give it to and Krishna will be very happy. He ordered me like this. Then, and after that, if he will do, this book will be very, very important. And all Vaishnava Samaj who wants bhakti, they will collect it and read and do according to this. And then he told also, I am explaining myself. First is Slok Srimad Bhagavatam. Janmadyasya jata anvayaditartasya artho abhigya swarat teni brahmarida jyad kapai muyant jat surya tejo bar midang jat vinmayos tisargo amrisha dhamna svain nirast koham satyam paramanim. This slok is important. Whole Srimad Bhagavati in this. All Srimad Bhagavatam, all Leela Katha, pastimes of Krishna, all Tattva in this. But it is so good.
Confidential.
Huh?
Confidential.
Confidential. It is Gambhir.
Profound.
Huh? Profound. Profound. That general devotee cannot understand. First I read these sloks of Srimad Bhagavatam and I read the commentary of Srila Sanatana Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur here, there, but I could not understand what is the meaning. By chance, I read this book. The explanation done by Bhakti Vinod Thakur, given by Swarup Damodar. And easily I understood. So, he explained first slok and told that in this light you should explain all the slok. So, the importance of this book is what? That Swarup Damodar has guided him. And he has told the first slok. And he has told how to explain Srimad Bhagavatam. So, there are so many Vyakhakar,
Commentators.
commentator of Srimad Bhagavatam. But they cannot be like Sarup Damodar. You should know. Who is she?
Lalita Devi.
Lalita Devi. His explanation is more highest. So I want to begin something from this book. I have told about the object, aim and object of sadhan bhajan. Gopi prem, more than that, Radhika prem, more than something, Manjari mood, everything. Somewhat you know this thing. But we should try to follow the process that Rupa Goswami has told in Bhakti Samit Sindhu, beginning from Adav Guru se Guru Brahmesh Guru Padasya, Vishambhaina Seva, Shiksha, Diksha, and all these things. 10 items for Guru, and then other things. So we should also begin from here, Guru. If your basement, foundation is strong, your Guru Nishtha is strong, belief in Guru is strong, then on this foundation, Krishna Katha and all tats, very soon you can have. If a man in chanting, remembering, but he is criticizing to others, then what will be? Bhakti will finish. We should first try to follow Upadeshamritam. Vacho Begam, Manasah Krodha Begam, Jiva Bego Darap Asta Begam. And after that, second slow. Atyahar Praharayasya Prajalpo Niyamagra Janasangasya Laulancha Sarati Bhakti Vinasya and Utsaha Nishyadharya. If you are doing bhajan, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, all these things, but there is some what kutinati, some is hole in the button, then what will be? Your bhakti will go away. Even if you have, it will go away. So, I think it will be better this time we should do Anusilan. We should explain and hear this Bhagavatarka Marichimala, what he has told. One Kirtan. Though it will be some difficult to understand, no interest in that, oh Jashoda Maya bonded Krishna, Krishna was weeping, not a story. But deep some siddhanta are there. So you should try to carefully hear and understand. You can make any question if you are not understanding. First of all, I am explaining the first sloka of Srimad Bhagavatam and what Srila Sarup Damodar explained to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. First of all, we should know what is Advaya Gyan Partattva. First of all, what is Advaya? Vadanti Tattva Vidastattam Jaji Jnanam Advayam. So what is Advaya Tattva? You explain.
ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavan iti Shabdyate. So here in this shloka, he is explaining what is the absolute tattva, the param tattva. Vadanti tattva vidas. Who is explaining this supreme absolute truth? Those persons who are called tattva vida. That means they are the knowers. They have realized this absolute truth, absolute substance. And what is their description of this absolute substance? He is saying, Vadanti. They have explained it to be Yajjnanam Advayam. Vadanti tattva vidas tattvam Yajjnanam Advayam. Here, the term Advay Gyan is used. Advay means non-dual. Dvai means two. And Advay means not two. Or, in other words, one. So, Advay Gyan. This absolute truth, this absolute supreme substance, is a non-dual, conscious entity. Conscious being, complete gyan, knowledge. And it is non-dual, meaning that there is only this one supreme absolute tattva, and there are not any other besides this. So the whole existence of this material cosmic manifestation and everything that exists within the entire creation is actually this one absolute supreme substance, Advay Gyan Paratattva, supreme absolute non-dual truth. But yet, we see within this material world, we see so many differences and varieties of objects within this world. All the different entities within this world, living entities, and non-living, animate and inanimate objects within this world. And there are so many varieties, unlimited millions and trillions of varieties of objects within this world. So it does not appear that it is all one. It appears that it is very different. But yet, everything within existence is described by those who have seen the absolute truth as Advay Gyan, non-dual knowledge. But they have explained that that supreme absolute truth from whom everything that we see has emanated is viewed by these seers of the absolute truth in three different features. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavan iti Shabdyate. They have described that that one non-dual absolute truth from whom everything has come, Janmadyasya yataha. As Srila Gurudev is going to describe the first slok of the Srimad Bhagavatam, it begins with these words. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Janmadyasya yataha. That means the source, the absolute source from which everything has come, everything has emanated. So what is the nature of that absolute truth? Bhagavan iti Shabdyate. The terminologies are used to describe that absolute truth. Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Although he is one, but yet he has three aspects, three features. Brahman, Brahmeti, meaning that just as we see the sun in the sky, we can use a material example the rishis have given to understand. The sun in the sky has so many extended rays coming from it. So these rays are the very sun itself. In one sense we can say the sun rays are the sun, because the sun rays are emanating from the sun and they are in quality They are none different than the sun. So, in the same way, the Supreme Absolute Truth has the transcendental aspect called Brahman, which means that He, the Supreme Advait Gyan, that Supreme Conscious Being, He is all-pervading throughout His entire creation. He Himself, in the form of His Brahma Jyoti, like rays, transcendental rays. And Paramatma, He is not only all-pervading throughout His creation, but just like the sun is all-pervading throughout the universe, yet we also experience individually that we can feel the sun on our own head. Or if you put so many pots of water, and each pot can reflect the sun globe itself. So in the same way, Paramatma means that Advait Gyan Paratattva is personally present everywhere. Not only in His non-dual aspect, nirvishesh, without any varieties, the Brahma Jyoti effulgence, but also He is present personally within every single atom within the creation and within the heart of every living being within the creation. So that is called Paramatma, the transcendental super soul, supreme soul, present everywhere. But in the same way as the sun globe is situated in one place within the sky, within the universe, and from that one source, the sun globe, all these other features extend. In the same way, that Advait Gyan Paratattva, He is situated as Bhagavan, the Supreme Absolute Personality of Godhead, who has transcendental form, qualities, paraphernalia, dham, associates. So just as within the sun globe, there is a personality known as the sun god, who is dominating the entire planet, and whose energies are the very existence of the sun and the sun rays. So in the same way, the Absolute Truth is also seen as the supreme, independent personality of Godhead, supreme, absolute Bhagavan. And He is described by the rishis, Aishwaryasya Samagrasya, Viryasya Yashashashriya, Jnana Vairagyayos Chaiva, Tannam Bhaga Itingina. That He has transcendental opulences and qualities, especially 6 in number. Aishwarya, complete, absolute wealth and power. Virya, complete potencies and shaktis and energies, unlimited. Parasya Shaktir Vividhaiva Shruyate. In many varieties of potencies He has, unlimited varieties. Aishwaryasya Samagrasya Viryasya Yashasha Shriya. He has complete fame, Yasha. His glories and His fame extend everywhere. Shriya, He has complete beauty. He is transcendental form, and His transcendental qualities are extremely attractive. And there is no one and nothing within His creation as beautiful as Him. He possesses this opulence of beauty in fullness. Viryasya Yashasha Shriyam Jnana Vairagyayos Chaiva. He has all knowledge of everything. Every single nook and corner of His entire creation. At every single moment, He knows everything everywhere. And Vairagya, He is also transcendentally detached from everything. He exists in Himself, completely independent, swarat, from His creation. So this Divine Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan, is the transcendental source and the topmost limit of the Paratattva. But those who have realized the Absolute Truth have realized the Absolute Truth in these 3 features. Similarly, just like when those who are observing a mountain from a distance, if they are very far away, the mountain may appear just like some hazy form in the distance. Then if they approach the mountain closer and closer, then they will see that, the mountain has very specific shape, very specific colors, and there are some different shapes upon the mountain itself also. But then when he finally comes directly to the mountain, he sees that, oh, here on the surface of the mountain are very beautiful forests, very beautiful forest animals. So many entities are there. So in the same way, those who realize the absolute truth from somewhat of a distance, they only realize the Brahman aspect of the absolute truth. Those who come a little bit closer, they realize the Paramatma aspect of the supreme truth. And those who come the closest of all, they can realize that the supreme Paratattva, Advait Gyan Paratattva, is a transcendental divine personality of Godhead. And they understand him in his personal feature. So the great sages, the topmost realized souls within the universe, they have proclaimed by their transcendental realization, such as Lord Brahmaji himself, when he had this realization of Bhagavan Sri Krishna in the beginning of the creation, then he composed these prayers of Brahma Samhita. And he described that absolute truth as Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarvakara.
Sundar Gopal is here. Sundar Gopal, can you explain something in brief? This in easy process. Very good.
Om Jnana-timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. This particular topic is sometimes a little bit challenging. And one may wonder, what is the need to consider it carefully? The reason why this subject matter is so important and forms the very essence of Srimad Bhagavatam is because it's an explanation of the nature of reality. Without being able to understand what this world is about and whether anything exists beyond this world, it will be impossible to ascertain the purpose of life. What is the ultimate goal of life? What is existence for? So, this particular question has been considered for many thousands of years by different persons. Some, for instance, think that there is no such thing as an absolute truth. We're bound in a world of relativity. Others accept that there is an absolute truth, but that this absolute truth is impersonal. So, for instance, physicists today, they consider that the only absolute are the laws of physics, which are impersonal. Still others, they accept that there is an absolute truth, and that absolute truth is endowed with personality, but that absolute truth is many, not one. What does Srimad Bhagavatam say? Vadanti tat tattva vidas tattvam yajnanam advayam. Tattvam refers to paratattva, the absolute truth. What are the characteristics of that paratattva? Jnanam advayam. Jnanam means conscious. This indicates clearly that the absolute truth has personality. Advayam, non-dual. We can think of non-dual as non-plural because Srimad Bhagavatam explains that this absolute truth is not two, but it's also not three, not four, not many. In other words, it is one. But what exactly does this mean? It means that everything that exists in this world or beyond our perception has no existence separate or independent of the Supreme Lord. This is the meaning of non-dual. Now, if you consider this idea carefully, certain objections may come to mind. Srila Jiva Goswami discusses these in his Satsandarbha, particularly in Tattva Sandarbha. The first one, Svagat Bhed. The Sanskrit word is not so important. It's the concept that we need to understand. Svagat Bhed is the objection that if the Absolute Truth is endowed with personality, then there must be some plurality or some difference, making many rather than just one. This idea comes from our experience in this world. In this world, we're only accustomed to seeing and experiencing material form. And as soon as you have material form, you have plurality. For instance, if I cut my hair, the hair becomes detached from my body and is a separate entity, separate from myself. Even more so, my very self is actually separate from who I really am. Because the human body dies. All bodies simply perish after some time, but the soul remains. So these difficulties with material form give rise to this potential, to this objection, that if God is a person, then that absolute truth cannot be one. However, Srila Jiva Goswami explains that the form of Sri Krishna, the absolute truth, is not material. Om Sachidananda Rupaya Krishnaya. This is declared in the Vedas. The form of the absolute truth is made of Sat, Chit and Ananda. Raso Vaisaha. It is the essence, it is a condensed form of sweetness. So to explain this idea, Srila Jiva Goswami gives the analogy of a figurine made of sugar. If you like, you can think of a chocolate angel. The whole angel is made of chocolate, one substance. It's made of sweetness from top to bottom, and yet it has form. So Sri Krishna has form, qualities, variety, but it is made of one spiritual substance. Raso Vaisaha, condensed rasa. The second objection that may come to mind is we see that the absolute truth is sometimes we see Krishna, but sometimes various other expansions, such as Ram, Nishinga, Varaha, Matsya, and so on. These different manifestations of the absolute truth appear quite different from each other. They look different, for one. So one may think, well, here there's variety. There's plurality. Here Srila Jiva Goswami Srila Jiva Goswami explains or refutes this objection by giving the analogy of the moon. There is only one moon, but at various phases, that moon will appear different. Sometimes it will look as if there is no moon. Sometimes it will be full. And at various points in between, it will be either waxing or waning. But we know that it is the same moon. So also these various avatars and expansions of Sri Krishna, they display certain particular qualities that exist fully in the absolute truth, Sri Krishna. The third possible objection is called Vijatiya Ved. This is maybe the objection that would immediately come to the mind of anyone considering this topic. It is the objection that if you look around you, you see so many different things that appear to be separate from each other and that appear to be separate from Krishna, or the absolute truth. We see different living entities. We see the material world, which is energy in flux, and which manifests as various objects around us. These things appear to be separate from each other. to be separate from us, and to our material minds appear to be separate from Krishna. Here Srila Jiva Goswami explains that the first point that must be considered is that everything in this creation and everything beyond this material creation is at all times fully under the control of the Supreme Absolute Truth. Not a blade of grass moves without the will of the Supreme Lord. Also, it may be said that if two objects share the same origin and their functions do not conflict with each other, then they may be considered to be one. In this world, it may appear sometimes that there is conflict, but from an ultimate vantage point, there is actually no conflict at all. Everything is perfectly directed by the Supreme Lord. There only appears to be conflict when we see that certain things don't cater perfectly for our sense enjoyment. And this gives us the idea that there is conflict in this world, when in fact everything is orchestrated beautifully and perfectly according to the sweet will of the Supreme Lord. Imagine if all manifestations from one's own body were perfectly under one's control at all times. Imagine if during a kirtan you were dancing and a bead of sweat fell from your forehead or from your arm. If you could stop that bead of sweat from hitting the ground, you could make it turn around and come straight back at you and enter into the pore of your body, of your arm or your head. You would have full control of that bead of sweat, and it could be considered that it's no different from you. This is not the case with us, but it is the case with the Supreme Lord. Countless universes like beads of sweat emanate from all the pores of his body. In fact, they come out, they expand. So many wonderful creations happen within those beads of sweat. And then, by the will of the Supreme Lord, they come back again and enter again into his body. Such is the power, the potency of the Supreme Lord. Now this particular topic is so important. Srila Gurudev has mentioned that anyone who actually realizes this topic, it's easy to speak about it, but one who can actually perceive it in their life, they're at once a pure Vaishnava. Because they'll see that everything is connected, everything belongs to the Supreme Lord, and it will be impossible for such a person to try to enjoy anything in this world. And that's exactly why Srimad Bhagavatam begins with this subject. The whole of Srimad Bhagavatam discusses this, and the whole of this first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam discusses the same topic matter.
Very deep subject, but you should know even something. We see in this world unlimited jivas, unlimited pieces of life. Also in Jiva Jagat, innumerable jivas, you cannot count. Their nature, they are all these things. We cannot imagine. And in transcendental world, Nanda Baba, Jashoda Maiya, Dam Siddham Subal Madhumangal, oh so many sakhas. And also millions of gopis are there. But in here it is has been told, Advaya Gyan, only one. Why told? They are not separate, there is no separate existence. Independent existence. No. All depends on Krishna. In transcendental world, all expansion by his own Shakti, Chit Shakti, Antaranga Shakti. Jivas coming from all Jiva Shakti. And in this Maya Jagat, so many varieties by Maya that we see. But any of them had no independent existence. And that is called Advaita. Now, Bhaktivinoda Thakur doing pranam, Jat kripaya pravitto asmin, Grantha sangrahe tam gaur parsad bande damodar swarup. I am praying to Swarup Damodar, who has inspired me to write all these things, to make a garland of Srimad Bhagavatam. First is explaining Janmadyasya jataha. Anvay adi taratasya. This thing. They have explained Krishna is one, without second. And his Shakti power is one without second. That Shakti is called Antaranga Shakti, Ladini Shakti, or Chit Shakti. Different names, but only one Shakti. Tatastha Shakti and Maya Shakti are not different. But when Chit Shakti, Ladini Shakti, Antaranga Shakti, he is transformed into millions of jivas, unlimited jiva. Then it is called Tatastha Shakti. And when this material world manifesting, then that very Shakti is called, according to his function, Maya Shakti. And in this world, we are in Maya, and there is prominency of Maya. So we think that Maya Shakti is here. If we will tell Maya Shakti for Radhika, then something misunderstanding may come. But actually Maya is called Swarup Shakti, Antaranga Shakti. Maya means power, Shakti. So, how this world came? Janmadyasya. So many meanings, but in general meaning he is telling. Swarup Shakti, Antaranga Shakti of Krishna. When he creates Anuji, not creates, but he is transferred into Jiva Shakti, then he is called Tatastha Jiva Shakti. Who? That Shakti, Swarup Shakti, by function. And Chaya Prakash, Barhanga Maya Shakti, like shadow of Swarup Shakti. He creates all these things. Then she is called. Then there are so many Shaktis? No. One Shakti.
So many functions.
By function it has. Then Shakti and Shaktiman too, Krishna and his power. There is duality? No, really. They are Shakti, Mato, Aveda. No dual, only one. So, here Jiva Shakti, it transferred into Jaiva Jagat. And Maya Shakti in Anvay. What Anvay? Direct. His Maya Shakti he has created, manifested all this world. A variety of Sthul, Ling, Sharir and nature and so many things. But one thing very wonderful, strange. Jeev, part of and parcel of Krishna. He chit, huh? Conscious. Conscious. How it is possible that he will be binded by Maya? How? Chit is more superior than Achit. So it is not possible, but wonderful. Oh, by this illusory Maya. Brahma, even Shankar, they can be what?
Bewildered.
Bewildered. We cannot, anyone cannot माप सकता है गहराई,
None can measure it.
its deepness
Phatom.
of Krishna. So, by this illusory Maya, she has covered the soul with his Sthula and Linga Sharir, to gross
And subtle body.
subtle body. Though we are not this body, but now what thinking? Oh, I am this body. So this is wonderful thing. And it is due to the Shakti of Krishna. Why it can become? Krishna has created, or his Anu Chaitanya is Jeev. He had given them a very valuable thing, that is called independence. Independence. And told them, if you will properly use, then you will come to me and serve me and be happy. But if you will misuse, then I will give you punishment. So we should try not to misuse our independence, but really we have did, and for this we are in our prison. Purush, Prakriti, Mahat Tattva. There are 28 Tattva, not separate existence, but these are, in this, some are my. In this 28, Gyan, Gyamani Jiva Tattva, who knows? Independence is there. Jiva does not know anything. How created this world? Covered with Maya. So, Krishna knows everything. So here word is Abhigya. He knows everything. What Brahma, Shankar and other does not know. He is served by his Sarup Shakti, Radhika. And that is why he is Purna, Purnam Ada, Purnam Midam, Purnata Purnam Uchyate. Krishna is infinitive. And he is always complete. And Swara, there is none to control him.
Independent.
Quite independent. He has mercifully inspired or what? Manifested Adi Kavi, that is Brahma. It may be told Sukadeva Goswami. It may be told so many things. But here, Brahma. And what he told in Chatushloki Bhagavad Srimad Bhagavatam. And by his mercy, he realized Brahma, all these things. And then he manifested Vedas, unlimited knowledge. In this Ved Gyan, very learned persons also, they become bewildered. They cannot understand. Here Sarga. Sarga means Srishti, creation. Three kinds of creation. Chit Sarga, Jiva Sarga, Jada Sarga. Three. Chit Sarga, transcendental world, beginning from Vaikuntha and Golok Vrindavan. Nand Baba, Jasoda Maiya, Sakha, Gopis, their trees, creepers, mountain, rivers, everything are Sachidananda. Jat kinchit trinigulvaki katamukam goste samastang hitat sarvanand mukunda daitang lila anukulam param shastre rev muhur muhur nishtang tam janchaya brahmadev pisaspehan tato sarvam vaya. Everything is transcendental. Here he is giving the example, something, kinchit, not fully. In this world there is no example of Chit Sarga, transcendental world, nothing, but something. Agni, Agni means fire. Have you seen fire? Fire? Have you seen? I have not seen fire. When fuel is given, then flames and fuel and some dark smoke is seen. Smoke is fire, or woods are fire, or flames are fire. What is fire? Fire is Shakti, power you can receive.
Like it's our stomach, it's how our digestion is going on. It's not that.
So, like transcendental things are like fire. Sometimes Krishna comes. We see him. Even Vrindavan descends. Fortunate she was there. See it. Like fire, take the slide, matches, or two stones, or two wood, by ghasan, by stone, fire will come. So by any reason, especially, Bhakta Vinodartham, Krishna comes only to please his devotees. And so many things he does. So this is the example of fire for that. So Agni always alakshit, not seen. But sometimes by any reason it is seen. Chit Vyapar transcendental. In transcendental Golok Vrindavan always there. But in this world, like fire comes sometimes. With Krishna, like Ramchandra comes, like Nrsimhadev sometimes comes. Time to time comes. And Jiva Sarga, the example, some little like water. that is fire, that is, Jeev are like water. Too cold, then it will freeze and become ice, then become hard, and if you throw, fracture will come, injury. And you can, if you are so thirsty, then you can,
Suck it as ice cream.
very sweet. So when it is hard, then its naturality goes away. Nature goes away. It's become hard. And when it is in nature, own nature, then it is liquid form. So Jeev now, he is transcendently Nitya Kinkar of Krishna, Jivara Sopa and Nitya Pras. And he is always serving Krishna, and he is happy there. But Krishna has given him independence, and when he misuses, then Maya at once comes and throws it out from Krishna very far away, and then gives these two bodies, cross and shuttle, two bodies. And then he thinks that, oh, I am of this body. And the happiness and the sufferings of body, oh, things mine. But really, when we will go forward, we will see there is no bandhan, there is really no mukti. Jeev is mukt always. But he thinks like that. And without the mercy of Krishna, without mercy of first Guru, we cannot come out of this. And Jad Sarga, the creation of this Jad, is like Mritika. First Agni, then water, and then Mritika, earth. Earth is there, but if you make jar, colors, pitcher, you can bring water from that. And if that is not given in foil, if you will bring, then nothing will come. Understand? So, from earth, so many things in this world. Oh, this is also earth, prominent earth. And what we see in this world, earth is prominent. Though there is water, fire, and all other things, but less. This is most. But by the Achinta Shakti, power of Krishna, sometimes they are nashwar, perishable, but they appear like satya, permanent, like permanent.
I couldn't understand the idea of the pot and the water. What is the idea?
Oh, if a jar maker makes a ghat, jar, pot, but it has not given to foil, it is raw, then if you bring water, what will be? But if it is given in foil and it is now reddish like, oh, then you can. But really it is earth. Comparison for this. That from earth, so many pots. Oh, you know, Ratna je, gold, copper, all are from earth. Koala, koala means
Gold.
gold,
Gold, diamond.
all are from earth. So, this is the example of this creation, Maya creation. Krishna is doing everything in transcendental world, also in Jiv Shakti, also here by his Shakti.
Inconceivable potential.
But even he is separate from me. There is some existence, Krishna. And he is very lovely, very sweet. He has a very attractive, his beautiful forms. And where? In Go Vrindavan. That Param Satya, Satyam Parama Dhimahi. That Krishna, with his Sarv Shakti, Kaya Vibhav Shakti, he is always there and sometimes manifesting this world. So, Vyasdev is doing pranam, Satyam Parama Dhimahi. Like this is. Today, I am finishing here. I will explain more daily. Though this subject is so deep, but you should try to hear. If you will take a bath, all water goes down. But something comes. No? Something will come. And that will be enough for you. Thank you. Yeah.
Nanda Gopal Prabhu.
Let-
The example of the pot in fire holding water, what does that mean for us practically?
And in this creation there are several things. And that is from earth. So we should not think that all are different. From one Chit Jiv Shakti, Maya Shakti, for this example. Now,
Nanda Gopal Prabhu.
huh?
Nanda Gopal
Nanda Gopal Prabhu will speak something,
about school.
a school and
Subal Sakha.
Subal Sakha.
Drama আছে আজকে প্রতিদিন drama আছে
No, today not drama. Where is Prabhu? What is should speak?
Hare,
When is Prabhu?
Hare Krishna. Thank you all so much for coming. This wonderful 10th annual festival in New Braj, Dham. Hare Krishna. And so much thanks to Srila Gurudev, who's come to give so much. So we have two things to make some announcements, some very special opportunities to help with the Sangha here with many different projects that Srila Gurudev has inspired. Two tonight, especially. One being the New Braj School, and the other a special program for a new distribution of Srila Gurudev's books. Very prominent opportunities for devotees to help and participate in. So we wanted to make this announcement to you in front of Srila Gurudev and all the assembled Vaishnavas. Now, under the inspiration and order of Srila Gurudev, we've had a school here in New Braj for 8 years. At first it wasn't so easy, but Srila Gurudev said to Brajendanandan Prabhu, I wanted a school there in New Braj. And in many places all over the whole world, Gurudev has asked the same thing. But here in New Braj, one very special school was started about 8 years ago, and it has been very successful, and it's been continuing to grow. Louder? At this time, we've hit a few
roadblocks. There are so many students and so many, we have a need to expand and have a bigger site to take care of the children properly and to educate them. And also, we have many qualified teachers now to take care of those students. Unfortunately, there's a great shortage of funds of Lakshmi to help take care of this. So a new opportunity has come where all of you can help simply by joining up with a program, which in 1 minute here, Subal Saka Prabhu will explain to you. It is by his great fortune that he found out about this program. His children were in a school up in the Bay Area, and they were asked to donate to join a program where they could simply buy things, and a portion of that money would go directly to the school. And he was just about to sign up for that, and then he thought, oh, what about our school in New Braj? So he began to investigate that. He spoke with myself, Brajendra Nandan Prabhu, and also to Brajanath Prabhu, and we all encouraged him, and he's done that and put it together, and he will explain how you can help in this way very easily, very painlessly. You can join this and help the New Braj School. And then after that, we'll hear from Budar Prabhu and Bhagawat Prabhu about some other programs where you can help with Navadweep projects for our mat there, and also in the book distribution program. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
So by Gurudev's mercy, this program has become possible. There are two programs, and as Anand Gopal Prabhu said, it's very painless. The first program is a merchant program where there are many stores that have signed up for this program. Stores like Safeway and airlines like American Airlines and car rental places. So if you go and for example, you go to Safeway and you spend some money, Safeway automatically will send 1% of what you spend to the school, and you're not paying anything extra for that. So it's a very good opportunity for us to raise capital. If many people sign up for this program and actually use it, then the potential is very good. So there's two programs. The first program is very simple. You sign up with your existing have a booth, so please stop by and sign up. It takes 5 minutes to sign up. Please do that right away. Our goal is to get 1,000 people to sign up in Gurudev's US tour. So please help with that. Sign up yourself and get everything else. And our goal for the end of the year is to get 2,000 people to sign up. So please help with that also.
Thank you, Prabhu. We're also, my daughters and others are going to go around and we'll distribute forms and give you all one. And also there is a table here where during the day there are different baked goods, pizzas, and other things where you can come. Anything you buy there is a donation directly for the school. You can also personally donate, but this program is very powerful because without even thinking, you can automatically be giving to the school and helping to serve in that way. But we'll distribute the forms, and also once you go home, you can tell your friends about this wonderful program, and they can also sign up. And literally thousands of devotees can sign up for this program all over the country. And then it can be a model to help establish this program for other schools all around the country and the world. Okay, thank you. And now Budar Prabhu will explain about the program for our new book distribution program. Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. One last thing about the credit card program. If 1,000 devotees were to sign up and get a credit card, and you spend approximately $200 a month, which on average I think most people do that type of spending. Maybe not all the devotees, but just to give you an idea of the amount of money that the school could earn, 1,000 people spending about $2,000 a year would earn for the school about $150,000. So whether you spend, $100 a year, or whether you spend thousands of dollars a year, whatever you spend, a fraction of that goes to the school. Brajendra Nandan Prabhu is quite a holy person, quite a saintly man, and he's dedicated his life to these children. Gurudev is practically his rock of support, and he's been behind him entirely. And this is our way, a very painless way of supporting him. So if you need a credit card, if you need more credit, go get one.
Buy your tickets to Karti.
Buy Karti. Yes, buy your tickets for Karti with this credit card. It seems that Gurudev continues to make history, and this is a very unusual thing I'm going to announce, because many of us as devotees have experienced distributing books. Some of us originally were just book distributors, some of us distributed some books, some of us even now make our livelihood by distributing books. There aren't that many of us that do that, but most of us have some experience of distributing books. We've heard from devotees who do distribute books that, you know, it is difficult at times. There's an economic aspect to it. You have to give a book to someone and earn a certain amount of money to pay for it. So Gurudev has come up with a very special plan, an extraordinary plan, and I'm going to just try and convey how extraordinary it is to you in a very few words. In order to make book distribution very, very simple, so easy that you can take a book and practically give one book a day at least away, even just away, to someone that you meet on the street, a friend, a family member, a colleague at work, or whatever. Srila Gurudev himself is funding the availability of these books to you. The only thing that you pay for is the cost that Srila Gurudev is paying to the printer. What that means is all of the related costs for the production of a book, the editing, the shipping, the storage, the design, all of these things, you're not paying for anything. What to speak of Gurudev's, amazing effort. He spoke earlier this evening about the deep considerations that our acharyas make in writing these books and making them available to us. Srila Gurudev is working non-stop to make more and more transcendental books available to us. On average now, Srila Gurudev's books are available to you for the amazing price of 35 cents a book. On average, okay? That means from a few cents to roughly about a couple of dollars. These books are now available to you in a special type of package, especially for devotees who want to, let's say, make a commitment to distribute books. And I'll very quickly give you an idea of how it works. A startup kit, which is a selection of about 8 different titles. You can get a startup kit for $39 only, just $39. Someone told me that in America that's the price of a large pizza with all the toppings. Okay, so for the price of a pizza, you can get 117 books. 117 books. If you're a big distributor, for $300, you can get 1,200 books. Okay, now what this means is that what you pay for, you can then sell at very reasonable rates to anyone that you meet. I mean, you can almost just give the book away if you want to, or you can sell them and get 5, 6, 7 times more than what you're paying for it. If you want to use some of that money for yourself, if you want to just give Gurudev back the money for printing more books or for building the Navadvip project, whatever you decide to do, that's up to you. The main thing is that there's now no more, let's say, material reason why all of us shouldn't be distributing books. It's very, very simple. All you have to do is have a few books in your pocket, make it part of your sadhana. Make it make it your commitment to your Thakurji. That any person you meet, at least one person a day, you're going to take out one of these books and just give it to them. If you can get something from them, all the better. Vishwambar Prabhu is the brain behind this program, and there are many, many devotees who've contributed to This being available, of course, we have so many, too many to mention. Jamrani, Didi, Shanti, editors, designers, so many are giving their great effort and sweat to this, what to speak of Gurudev. If we could reciprocate with them, if everyone here could just go down there and sign up for $39 worth of books, if you have the facility for more, all the better. We take credit cards. So if you get a credit card from us, then you can buy some more books.
Get the credit card on the school program.
Great, great. We have Spanish books, Hindi books. You can even create your own selection of the books. If you don't like the pre-packaged selections which have been made for you, you can select the types of books that you want. The only thing that we ask is a minimum order of $100. So really no reason now to not distribute books. Let's be merciful, let's be generous, and let's reciprocate with Gurudev, who's making these books available. Let's show him our love and affection by sharing his love and affection with everyone that we come in touch with. Go Premanandi Haribo!
Vishwambar Prabhu, give 2 words.
If we did a credit check, I don't think it'll...
We'll be sure to do a credit check on you. Okay, here's our Bhagavat Prabhu. Tell about his Navadvip project.
Hare Krishna. Srila Gurudev Ki. We have a little something that we're doing here to try and raise some money for the Navadvip project. What I've done, Srila Gurudev ordered me, he said, I want you to raise some funds for Navadvip. I'm going to bless you. He told me this at Kartik, that you can raise funds for the Navadvip project. So I was trying to figure out a way that I could do this, and I wanted to make imprints of his feet, but he didn't want to do that. He said that's only for Mahaprabhu and Krishna. So then he told me here in California that I should come up with some wooden sandals, and then he put his feet in the sandals, and we could then sell these very wonderful sandals for a donation to give to Mayapur, to Navadvip. So I thought, where am I going to find wooden sandals in California? So lo and behold, I was praying that Krishna, you please help me, and I was staying at some devotee's house here in Los Angeles, in California,